Mm-hmm. All right. Riverlands. We've been screwing up on these lately. As far as the two purple weapons I have, if I use the gloves, they don't seem to scale well enough into the late game, and if I use the Gatling gun, I end up getting overwhelmed later when you can't shoot while moving. So, we're gonna keep on trying. All right, let's do it.
Press the button to start your
Solo.
Five,
How's the frame rate? That feels bad. I might have to change some settings here. We're gonna go slow and steady. We do keep getting overwhelmed later. You really hate the ding when you're something I would suggest for sure. A simple suggestion. Remove the audio feedback when you can't mount. Alright, that's downside is we move, stop a lot with this build, which the end result is we end up being way behind the curve. Or we move too fast and we get overwhelmed.
gilded slime appears.
Oh yeah, I forgot I went back to the regen mask. We don't have good healing either.
Gilded slime defeated.
Our healing is 100% based on regen. So it starts off pretty bad. It gets pretty good if you pick the right thing. Okay, and there's the right thing. We're going to go auto attack first.
Gilded slime appeared. Magnet available. Gilded slime defeated.
And I'm taking out my turret fast there. This is going to be a hard one. Yeah, the defense are hard. They're harder in this area because you get these ranged guys. Like some of the areas seem to only have melee dudes that rush the point. Those aren't too bad. I'll grab the heal. I feel like I'm a little laggy here. Sometimes when I'm streaming it happens. It's those little fire-throwing skeletons. Could be close. But we got it.
Time capsule saved.
These little guys. Not so hard to kill early. They do scale up in health quite a bit. But they They just do lots of consistent damage to the base. Here it's a little tricky. We only have 11% crit chance, so any crit damage boost, I'm not sure how good it is. It's like we're only getting 10% of this, so it's an 8.5% damage increase, which isn't great. Maybe the cooldown reduction is better. In fact, I think that is what we pick. Cooldown for everything too. Not bad.
Magnet available.
Never pass up a magnet. We'll go ahead and top off our heals all the way. An XP bonus too, which really isn't bad. We can move while that's going on, but then we gotta stop and shoot again, or we get overwhelmed. Yep, for XP. There's little things I'd like to know, like, does an XP bonus make you drop more XP, or does it make you get more when you pick it up? Right? It's a small thing, but it does actually matter.
Slow is available. Enemies slowed.
Yeah. A lot of weapons struggle with slopes. That's kind of annoying. These are the types of situations you can get absolutely overwhelmed with the minigun. Because even though you kill stuff really well, you get too much of it hitting you, it doesn't matter. You're not killing it fast enough to avoid the damage.
50% tangle remaining until boss is summoned.
And you can see how crazy it is already. You might be in a little bit of trouble. We don't want to risk triggering a storm there. That would be like worst case scenario. We might be in big trouble here. Yep, the ones that go around our tripwire are going to get us killed here. Gives us 2 more sentries. Take them. We're in big, big trouble. There's a small chance we recover from this. Can't let these golems hit us. No, we're dead. Can't keep the dogs from hitting us either. Dogs are fast. They get in before we can kill them with the minigun. Definite problem. This is like really struggling here. It's a little harder today than yesterday, but I'm not sure anything on my build actually changed. That definitely sucks, where my minigun just keeps hitting the guy that's shielded. There's no way to change that, you know? Alright, no attack damage. Let's go for the plasma chain upgrade. We do need to get more healing. Like I mentioned, our only act... thought I didn't trigger that earlier, if it would have been that.
Defeat all of the enemies.
See, not being able to make it target the thing we need to target is kind of rough too.
Enemies slowed.
Just gotta try and get angles where it's the only thing we hit.
Reward secured.
We did it. We're just barely hanging in there. Magnet would be really good right now because we can't really afford to go back to get all that stuff. But I don't really want to lose it either. This guy's got quite a bit more health than stuff leading up to here. I don't usually like going in this dead end, but I can't remember if that is the... That's a bigger little question mark. I don't know what the proper terms for those are. I'd like to just dip in and find out. It is a big, so that's worth coming up there.
Mob nest discovered.
A nest too. Very good.
25% tangle damage until boss is summoned. Mini boss spawned.
My god, stop shooting mushrooms! Shoot the big guy! It's so frustrating.
Mini boss defeated.
Ooh. Alright. Just armor, but that's fine. It's raw armor. Even at level 1, that's about the same as wearing a armor legs or something, you know? That's not bad. I don't really have the time to get this if I want to also finish the map. That sucks. Resources good. I'm trying to get items though, so I gotta kind of focus. Music's definitely getting stuck in my head.
5 minutes remaining until timeline collapse.
Why is that minigun not shooting? You see that? I don't get it, and I don't like it. That seemed extreme. And this one gets killed before it can do anything. I don't understand why the other one never even fired. Didn't fire a single thing. Alright. Here we are back in the situations where solo you can definitely get overwhelmed and it sucks. Let's go. Trapper 3. Yeah, it just doesn't quite last long enough. The sentry. Hard to put it in a place where it's going to get good value. Alright, can be done. It's tricky. Like, you gotta do things like put it behind tripwire, like this. I'm not always remembering to do that, so it cost me. Alright, gotta keep moving or we're not gonna make it. This is what usually gets us killed, is when we hit a point where we can't stop, because not being able to stop with the Gatling gun is how you die. Health is going down, 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 down. Might be okay if we can get just one upgrade of health regen. I don't know at this point if even that's going to be good enough. We're definitely going to run into a time issue. Ooh, vulnerability might actually save my ass.
10% tangle remaining until boss is
Run
summoned.
for it. Yep.
Invulnerable.
Let me do as much damage as we can while I'm vulnerable. Doesn't matter on what, we just need to kill stuff. %. Ranged guys are screwing me up here. Yep, we're dead in one more ranged attack. It hits. Let's not let it hit, right? The thing about the regen build, it is constant healing. It's slow, but it's constant. We have 10% left to reveal. We're going to wait about 20 seconds. We've got only 2 minutes. This is going to be very rough. If we get a storm, we're probably just dead. Minute and a half now, so I think we're at a point where we just lose to time.
Health pack available.
I mean, that's certainly helpful, but that's not going to help us with the time here. I think our only way of winning, and I don't think it's going to happen because we are not faster than these things, would be to get the boss summoned here. And maybe we could do stuff like this to just buy some time. Get the boss summoned, then take forever to whittle stuff down. But at least the timer stops. We might be able to do that. It's going to be hard. There we go. We got the boss. And now we just kite the crap out of stuff, which is way easier said than done when you're using the Gatling. Sentry base cooldown, yeah. But also... Yeah. We can't even stop for a second, and these dogs are on us. So we can't use our primary weapon half the time, which that'll get you killed. And the boss is already here, too. Yeah. Again, tiny chance we pull it out if we just get a combination of kiting and whittling, but I don't have a whole lot of hope here. Do that, then this. Do what we can. At least he spawns ads, but not in the quantity that we're seeing here. So if we can get some of this stuff whittled down, it will matter. I'm clearly outgunned here, outgeared. Yesterday I was doing Shattered just fine with this build, so I am not even sure what changed. Feels a little weird, because nothing in the patch notes should have affected this particular build. But it really feels like it did. We're gonna wait and use the turret with the thing. A little range right here. We're gonna do that, into this, and get a little more value out of the turret. Stood there a little long. I think we're down to just the stuff he's spawning, which is good. We might have recovered. Unless we do something stupid here. Hold my beer, right? I'm hoping so. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Love the game. I'm not very good at it, but I'm trying. I'll be better at it once we have gamepad support, but my old arthritic hands struggle here. Sometimes buttons just don't press too, which is a little weird. Like, I dropped that turret probably a full second before it actually dropped. Kind of annoying. He's getting healing from something. What are you shooting? Like, you see that? It's shooting up into the side. I don't even know. Did not mean to dash into the circle. I get frustrated when I hit the button and nothing happens. It's really bad when you're using the Vibe drone. Like, half my abilities feel like they don't go off. This should help. Shame the boss doesn't get stunned. I'd rather see the bosses have, like, more health, but they could be stunned. It just feels weird to have abilities that do nothing at some point, you know? I'm always a fan of games that allow bosses and mini-bosses to be CC'd and they just have some kind of compensation. Yeah, barely making progress here, it feels like. Yeah, thanks for explaining, because I definitely struggle. It's very similar to Vampire Survivors. That is a... there's more activatable stuff, so it's like somewhere in between a looter-shooter and a Vampire Survivor-like game. But it's also got co-op. Very good. And it's a very... it's right in a very good place of the, you know, the combination of genres. And speaking of which, you mentioned Deep Rock Survivor. Am I the only one that's really weirded out that the Vampire Survivor-like game that's based on one of the best co-op games ever doesn't have co-op? That absolutely boggles my mind. Like, what makes Deep Rock Galactic so amazing is the really good non-toxic co-op. And then here we go, they launch a Vampire Survivor-like game with zero co-op. It's a little weird. Alright. Yeah, I was definitely behind the curve. It's easy to get that way when you're playing with the Gatling gun because of the start-stop feel of it. I love the gun, but it's a very particular playstyle that can be quite tough. Unfortunately, my only other purple guns are all like very extreme play styles. The rocket launcher is extreme, like, you know, it doesn't even have an auto attack, so that's a big difference. These are fun, but they also require you to kind of stand still and kite around your Teslas to get the most out of it. And I don't have a higher quality of the others. Yeah, this game is very addictive, very fun. It is not on Steam yet. It will be eventually. Currently Epic only. It's Epic for now. Eventually they're going to go to Steam, and then eventually they're going to consoles as well. I'm just hoping they add a gamepad soon. Yeah, I'm on Epic. All right, so did I get a new ring or trinket? A ring. That's unfortunate. Hoping it was a trinket. I don't have any really good trinkets in my opinion. Yeah, I personally don't have any problem with things being on Epic. I know lots of people that do, though. I mean, honestly, when Steam first came out, so many people had the exact same reaction to Steam existing that they did towards Epic. And then eventually they just went, you know, all the games are only on Steam, I'll just get Steam. And now they have a Steam loyalty and they have the same feelings towards Epic. So, I mean, it's just, it is what it is. I do have 2 really good chest pieces, though neither are really the playstyle I'm looking for. I could try the rocket launcher. Maybe I'll do that. Upgrade it to 10 if I can. See if I can give it a shot. My frame rate feels a little low today, comparatively yesterday, and the game felt harder. So I'm not really sure on either of those. How much am I losing out on heal regen? This one is 16 plus 1.3 per level. So if we hit level 30, I like to go 30 for the average, though you do kind of get to 50 at times. So 30, that'd be roughly 30. We'd be missing out on 46 to 50, right? Whereas if I put this one on, we're only getting 16. This one, we're getting 20-ish, right? So neither of those can really compete with it, so I would have less healing. But I would have less healing and end up with taking a lot less damage, which might make up the difference. So we will try this. We got to upgrade both of these. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, Epic Store itself, if you just want to compare just like functionality of the store, it's definitely lacking, right? It doesn't have the same kind of social aspect. It doesn't. Oh, I am actually low on these. It doesn't have the same social aspect. It doesn't have the same, but it hasn't existed as long either. But comparing something that just comes out to something that's had, quarter of a century of development isn't really fair either. Okay. Yeah, we'll try it. I am not a huge fan of this combo though, but we'll try it. And the other thing we could look into is if we were to switch our legs. This frame rate's actually bugging me. Let me turn the graphics down a little bit. See if it even helps. I've been playing on ultra everything, but the patch today may have changed something with quality. We will yeah, that looks way worse. Weird. I wouldn't think it would make that big a difference. It does feel way smoother though. Alright, but yeah, if I put these other boots on, I am losing... Oh, it doesn't even tell you on this screen. That's unfortunate. But I'll be gaining attack power, losing a bunch of armor, 527. Which I gained how much from this? 400. So I'm really just trading that for way more damage. It is better move speed. It's a more functional ability. But I think I'll stick with this. And we kind of want to try this here. Oh, now all my timers are going off. Sorry about that. They're supposed to be spaced out a little better than that, but I don't think it's... Not to mention, even if you don't really like Epic, like if you just keep it installed and grab the free games every week, then if they ever like get the shop to a point where you're happy with it, you're going to have hundreds of games without even paying for anything. And I do like the money back aspect of it better because like you buy something on Steam, you get Steam points that are good for cosmetics, right? Cosmetics that I personally don't really care about, but they're cosmetics. If you buy stuff on Steam, you actually get cash towards your next purchase. So that feels better. I think the real key is any game that doesn't have cross progression, cross play, and all that between the two platforms. I think that's a terrible idea. That's how you shoot yourself in the foot. Well, wish me luck, because this is going to be very outside my comfort zone. The rocket launcher. Very powerful. I think it's kind of hard to use solo for a similar reason as the other weapons that I own. You have the whole start-stop, because you got to wait for it to charge up to get the most out of it. So when you're overwhelmed, you end up having to spam it,
2,
and it does way less.
1, go.
Smaller blast radius, smaller boom. See right there. So between every shot,
Speed pack available.
it gets more damage and bigger AoE. The longer you go between shots, it gets more. Oh god, the storm, very bad idea. And that does thankfully hurt them as well. Sure, just to get us some breathing room. And then the other ability on it, the heat-seeking missiles, they're also a very start and stop because it takes forever to get the 5 charges back, which I'll use them up here on this objective. But once you use them, it does good damage.
Double damage available.
Get down there for that. Let's see, right now I'm only healing 14 a tick. Very not good.
Double damage.
But without this mask, you heal 0 per tick in combat. I kind of wish there was a little bit of regen in combat, and then the EMS mask just increased that. I kind of feel like they could get away with a 5 or 10% without breaking the game. Because as it is, you're too reliant. You have to bring a heal of some sort. Unless you're absolutely shredding shit, which, I mean, that can happen. And I've certainly done it with no heals before, but it's not normal, really. Alright.
Defend the time capsule.
So, and not too bad. We do this, and then if something big appears or a whole bunch, we can just hit our heat-seeking missiles. They will clear it up for us, like this. The rocket chest piece is really fun. You pop up in the air, similar to like Thor and Smite or something, and then you just rain rockets down. Very satisfying. I would just like to get better boots. Of course, I don't have to be wearing my purples. You can do Shattered with some blues, no problem. It's just easy. The stat increase going from up in rarity is massive. So even if it's not like a thing you prefer, it can definitely be better. We're not going back for resources. I see a blue back there. We're not doing that right now. Just trying to get better at finishing the actual mission. We're not necessarily farming. So here, we just want to damage dump, which weapon is good at that if you've been saving up the stuff. The fact that you do incidental damage. I haven't done the math. I don't know if you're better off DPS spamming it or if you're better off DPS by charging it to full, right? Could be either. If the game gave us numbers, like on the inventory screen and stuff, it'd be nice. Yeah, a hell of a lot easier to make these choices. I'll take the regen. That's another 10% or another 20% in combat. Maybe it is 10%.
Bomb available. Bomb detonated.
If you go like hardcore regen, like if I put on a regen ring and I put on a regen trinket, then the regen helmet and maybe even boots, you can get to the point where like a boss hits you and then you heal it up before the boss can hit you again. It can be very, very powerful, but when you do that, you're giving up a lot of damage. And so, I'm trying not to go that route yet. It is how I got to the difficulty levels I'm on, though. I was very, I rode this EMS regen mask pretty far. But, this just isn't really my playstyle. Honestly, I find it kind of boring compared to the exciting options we have in other choices. You know? A lot of the other weapons are just way more dynamic. And this one feels a little boring to me. Like that. That's max heal. That's the last upgrade. Since it's a blue item, it can only be upgraded twice. And you see, out of combat, we're getting 142 a tick. Really not bad. Another downside of this weapon not having auto attack is there's more of an opportunity cost to hitting resources. Like I want to get this plant fiber, boom, now I have to wait on the recharge again. Not a great farming weapon because of that. I'm guessing it might do pretty good against the boss, though. Ambushes get away. Like, you don't really get much from fighting them. You get a little XP from what spawned, but I see a lot of people stay and fight. You don't have to. Kind of a waste of time. Likewise, it's important to grab XP when you can, but going too far back for it just isn't really as helpful as you might think. And magnets are plentiful enough, usually.
50% tangle remaining until boss is summoned.
10 minutes remaining until timeline collapse.
The rocket boots are also really good. I think everything in the rocket kit is pretty good, except for, somewhat ironically, the rocket. I'm not a fan of the rocket, and I love all the other stuff in the kit. The rocket boots are some of the most fun mobility in the game.
Bomb available. Bomb detonated.
Bomb no longer makes an explosion sound, which seems weird. One good thing here, you can see the regen means I can just incidentally hit things, like get hit by things rather. It's fine. Not the end of the world. I tend to get the points back. So now we can hold 11 rockets if we let it charge to full. But you can see it's pretty slow. There's 1, 2... There's 3, so I mean that's a long time to get 11. I'm not sure how often you're actually going to get the 11. It's there.
Defend the time capsule.
This one, those guys are pretty tanky, but you don't have to kill them. You just have to keep them from hitting the objective here. The knockbacks work very well. There we go.
Reward secured.
Charge time. We'll keep increasing the charge time here. Hopefully we can get it high enough for the boss. There is a headpiece that goes really well with the rockets, though. That is, the longer you've gone since you last did damage, the more damage you do. And when fully upgraded, it builds quickly and builds really high. And if you do that and you just refrain from doing things that do damage, other than your rocket, you do quite a bit.
Defeat all the enemies.
You're taking a lot of damage from these eyes.
Reward secured.
Now we do need a little bit of time to heal up. Yeah, I appreciate you guys stopping in. Don't know what brought you to my channel, but I appreciate it.
Slow is available.
I do wonder what does cooldown reduction do on the rocket launcher?
Enemies slow.
Because if it's charge time, I would expect it to be called charge time. Right? I was hoping to be able to get that. Yeah, see, that's not going to do a good job of removing that. We are ahead of the curve on levels, but man, I don't feel like we're hurting those.
Double damage available.
That's cool.
Double damage.
Maybe if every rocket shot pushed you up in the air or something,
25%
might be
tangle
might not be bad.
until boss is summoned. Slime appeared.
Got a slime to kill. do if we just only shoot when it's full charge. Charge time 3 seconds. I mean, God, I'm so far behind the damage. Look at this. I'm still 2 levels up. Oh wait, yeah, I'm 2 levels up. I don't know why I'm barely hitting this stuff. I might just be too tanky, right? Compared to damage. Frustrating. Everything felt fine, and then all of a sudden I just can't kill stuff. So, I mean, it's a me problem. I'm just not bringing the right gear. Lower difficulties don't tend to have this type of problem. But once you're in Shattered, you kind of have to try and min-max a bit. Keep pushing. At least they don't seem to go away as long as you're hitting. Right.
Slime defeated.
Oh. We are still killing normal stuff. Okay. Alright, what do we got? We got 5 minutes to do 20 more %. Not great.
5 minutes remaining until
I might actually dip back down south and hit this one. Hope it's not a storm.
temporal paradox.
Of course, it's a
unleashed.
storm. Storm is a game ender sometimes. Does hurt them too, but it really hurts. Alright, we're gonna try and save up the rockets for the end game here. Do we have something for the boss? Alright. Yeah, not really the most exciting weapon.
10% tangle remaining until boss is summoned. Invulnerability available. Invulnerable. 5% tangle remaining until boss is summoned. Pick up the parts. The boss has spawned. Reward secured.
30% more damage across the board is what we're picking here. Alright. Good thing about this particular fight is this is the fight I've done the most, so I'm least likely to get hit. Though he does hit really hard when he hits you. Not doing much damage. don't know if there's a point to shooting the rockets one at a time, if it makes sense to wait. I don't know how that works, like if they do extra damage if they hit multiples or not. No idea. It's a shame, like, the tripwire doesn't stun him. And a large part of what the tripwire does is the stuns. Definitely gets frustrating. We'll wait until we hit 11 charges of the thing here. That's hitting okay. 17k a pop. Problem is he has 1.7 million. Of course, he's invulnerable when he does that, so that's what he does when I do all 7 or 11. We are healing pretty good. I think it said 116, like in combat. Not bad. But we don't have enough damage. You can see how tedious this is. We can see if we do enough damage if we just spam rockets, right? What should we doing then? Well, that actually feels like more damage, to be perfectly honest. What are we doing? We're doing 2,500 a pop, non-crit, versus this. Yeah, double the damage, but it takes 3 times the time. So I think other than the AoE being bigger, it might just make more sense to do this. Of course, it hurts my mouse hand. Again, the arthritis. Yeah, these are just taking way more damage per time than all my runs yesterday. I don't know. The number, I'm pretty sure the number's the same. I was not taking this long to kill stuff yesterday. I mean, we're talking like the fight was probably 30 seconds yesterday. Of course, it wasn't with this weapon, but that was with the Gatling gun. And here we're looking at a fight that's going to take longer than the whole map did to get to him. And that's clearly not good. Oh, this is good. I can hold the button. I didn't know I could hold the button. It definitely helps. You can only hold it if you're not hitting other buttons also. I want my looter, I would just quit, honestly. And start over with more damage. We can take some hits and just tank it out. Might be worth it to do damage with this. That's what's turning off my rockets, though. I don't like this weapon. Hmm. Yeesh. Yeah, it was not much fun. Alright. To get a blue that we already had. Lovely. Alright. Thank you. It yeah. Wasn't much fun. Took forever. Do not like that weapon. But I also I'm missing damage. Yeah, no, I agree. It wasn't bad at everything but the boss. Which is interesting because typically my experience with the game so far has been bosses are super easy and everything up to the boss is hard, right? That was not the case here for sure. So we'll switch back on weapons. We'll use one of the other weapons. It doesn't have to be the purple. If there's something you want to see in particular, just let me know. But I'm going to go back to the region ring. We'll go with damage on the there. And we'll go ahead and be a little squishy here. Actually, I guess that's a lot of damage. Maybe with that we can 16 health regen. This is the one that's a little higher. That puts us at 301 on the and 504, so 530. So we'll be squishier, but we'll hit a lot harder. Yeah, it's just frustrating. Pistols. If this has enough oomph. My guess is it will. We'll see. We'll do the same mission. That was tedious. I mean, it wasn't that great at clearing the mobs anyway, because it literally took me until I was almost out of time, right? It did feel safer, I guess, is the correct way, but part of that's the regen as well. I would just like to get some of the other gear at higher ranks there. There's a build I want to try with the hook charm. Kind of. I'd like a really good quality of the lumberjack chest and the EMS mask. Those two. Yeah, we can group. I'm gonna run this one first, but you're probably quite a bit higher than me, right? I want to get a good hook chain because whenever they finally fix it not giving parts, I have a build planned for it with the necromancer. Yeah, that part doesn't bother me. But the necromancer chest piece, and the dragon helm. But then there's a handful of other things like I don't know if you've seen the longbow. It got buffed in the patch, and it fires much faster. I don't think it's in my head. They said they did a balance pass on it. It feels like it shoots way faster. And then they said they also changed the shotgun, but I couldn't pinpoint what was different. Yeah, the longbow seems pretty good now because really its biggest problem was it shot too slow to really be worth. And that does not seem to be the case. The crossbow I think people have slept on because the CC it gives you is huge. So that one I wouldn't mind an upgraded version of either. But I am a tinkerer, an altaholic, a min-maxer, and I very much would like as much group as possible, you know. You mean the crossbow or the bow? Because yeah, they both do have a CC. The crossbow's like air volley with the ice from the sky is crazy good.
Stand on the
Yeah, it actually matched me with people for Shattered, I think. I didn't catch what mode we're in. I like bringing tanky stuff if I'm ever going to match with people. Specifically because, oh shit, was it mine that wasn't done? It was.
reward secured.
That was weird, it was green. Because people tend to either bring all damage stuff or they bring all healing stuff, right? They're like, I just want to heal, I don't want to do anything else, which isn't really how this game works, but whatever. Or they just put on all the best damage stuff and they expect to live, right? So I tend to bring a whole bunch of tanky stuff and a little bit of healing stuff, and if I play with randoms, it works out,
Slime.
you know? Yep.
Slime defeated. Slime defeated.
I mean, I'm not great at the game, but as long as everybody's competent, I can definitely play above my power level. That just so I'm providing some heal. But see, here we have a guy playing, kind of looks like he's playing all heals, right? And some of the heal weapons do enough damage that, oh, that looks so cool. Some of the heal weapons do enough damage that you can kind of get away with it, right? But I think for the most part, I don't think it's a great idea. I think a mix is correct.
Slow.
Oh, on how powerful the Q is on which weapon? On the gun? It does good damage. My problem is you can easily get killed if you do it too close to the enemy, you know?
Slime defeated.
Yeah, the Paladin weapon's pretty good. I mean, they all do okay damage.
Slime
That
defeated.
was a nice job for them. I didn't even notice the slime was there. I'm slacking here. I need to be more loose on using my cooldowns because we do have a Necromancer. And they give really good cooldown reduction. Oh, I used that when not much was left alive. The gun's just easy to use. I think the gun and the vibe are like the easiest. I'm taking green just because it gives the stun option. They're the easiest to use. Not necessarily the most powerful. They're the easiest to use because you straight up just, you know, be near stuff and you hit it. You don't have to turn around to hit things behind you with either of those weapons. I think that goes a long way towards ease of use.
50% candle remaining until boss is summoned.
But if you run the hook chain and the Necromancer chest piece and the Dragon Helmet, although the Dragon Helmet in a group feels weird because it doesn't feel correct. You only get the boost for coins you pick up, not for coins your teammates pick up. Which is really weird because anything that encourages you to race your teammates for resources just doesn't seem correct to me. Oh yeah, Cannonball got a rework too, but they didn't say what was reworked about it. And I do have a purple one. Maybe we'll go ahead and level it up and see. Hard to compare it to anything I've done though, since I am getting, you know, stat boosted by these guys. But anyway, I keep getting distracted. Sorry, my brain's really foggy today. But you do the hook chain, and every time you do the hook chain upgrade, you get damage, armor, and cooldown reduction. Oh, that guy's about to die.
Slow is
Damage, armor, and cooldown reduction, right? And then the chest gives you bursts of cooldown reduction to the Necromancer chest. By the end of the match, and then the Dragon Helmet gives you armor and health. I have not left the aura. I'm right here. That guy's... See, why is that guy running into the Temporal Paradox and standing there? That's the shit I don't understand. Yeah. I don't get it. What's he doing over there? People are weird. But basically, by the end of the run, you end up boosting everybody's survivability, damage, and cooldown reduction by a lot. So it's not the build. It's not the build that's going to carry the game. But if you have competent people on your team, it very much is a build that will
Tangle remaining.
make you succeed with a good team.
Magnet used.
So I'm trying to put it together here. Likewise, this regen helmet it helps heal through stupid, right? It's actually a really good counter to the temporal paradox too, by the way, which is nice.
5% tangle remaining until boss is summoned.
10 minutes remaining until
Since it's
final
passive healing even when you're getting hit.
Reward secure.
Can't see shit. They need a way to turn down the effects. A little weird that's not in here because almost every Vampire Survivor like game now has a way of turning off the effects or turn them down a little
Double damage.
when they're co-op, right? Because there's just too much going on.
The boss has fallen.
This should be pretty quick here. Can't even see the boss, right? There's too much glowy shit. I'm shooting at a friendly. That's a me problem, I know, but let's get rid of some of the visual effects, please. Jesus, my bad. Crazy. Do you mean go actually inside? Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got what I wanted. Hold on. I already have I don't have a blue one of those, but yeah, this is what I want. This is what I came here for. Yeah, the Pike's banner does a similar thing. If you drop the banner in the middle of a boss and you poke it with the pike, you can one-shot a lot of bosses on hard. Because all of the spears hit. It feels like they hit multiple times. There's some weird hitbox shenanigans going on. But I've had, like, the boss barely tickle, and then you slam that down. Hey! Thanks for the raid. We are going to leave this group. Oh, my frame rate just... My frame rate went at the wrong time. Hey. Welcome, everybody. I assume the official stream's wrapping up then. Well, welcome. Appreciate you stopping in. We're just backseat gaming and complaining a lot. Alright, health regen per level 2. That's going to go a long way. This. See how the cards are. Because I've never had level 3. But we have had level. We haven't had level 4. 75%. That's crazy. This does seem to be, by the way, one of the few helmets that doesn't... Yeah, I'll friend you up here. This is one of the few helmets that doesn't seem to stack, like if multiple people on the team pick it. I have not seen any use for that. If anybody knows differently, let me know. But it seems like it just takes whoever has the highest value. Of course, if it did just straight stack, it would be broken, because imagine 3 people running 75% regen in combat. You'd get in combat and have more health regen than when you're not in combat, which would obviously be really, really weird. PPP. I can't type. There you are. You have now been added to friend. I don't want to be the squad lead. So, whatever. Yeah, appreciate you stopping in, and I hope you had a good stream as well. Let me get this upgraded to the best of my ability, because this is definitely my personal crutch helmet. And I have a higher version of it, so that's good. Alright. We still don't have the crystal for that one. And we're not really doing a lot of the min-max converting resources yet. We're saving our gold for other things. But I'm trying to look at what is my actual health regen. It's 65. That's not amazing. We'll see. So yeah, if you want to throw me an invite or whatever, I'm willing to play with people. I think the stun batons are underrated too. However, at the same time, I think their range is just wrong. They have like half the range of the sword and shield, and it feels very, uh, very restricted. You know what? I might try this. This supposedly got buffed. Yeah. Let's and I do apologize. When I say I'm a little foggy, I'm very foggy. We have stopped a medication, and the side effect is just mental fog and confusion, and I am definitely experiencing all of that. Okay, so yeah, I think I'll keep this. Unless you need me to bring more tanky. That's fine. I mean, either way. I have the chest piece. Yeah, no shit. I mean, if you just stack regen, it's crazy. It really is crazy. Eventually, when I can ascend it, it's going to be even more nuts. But I'm up for plenty of stuff on Shattered, just Shattered 1, because I just need to get the stuff, you know? I'd like the EMS paddles, the thing. I mean, I could tell you what I want, but honestly, everything, right? If I don't have a purple version, I'd like a purple version. That's really what it comes down to. Yeah. Let's see if there's anything in particular that, like, ooh, that's what I would want first, right? The hook chain, I think, actually. But I cannot do that yet, I think. I need to finish Trash Town on Shattered 1 before I can do New Growth Seed. So maybe we do that. And if you want to get in Discord, the official Discord in a channel, we could do that as well. I don't know if you like voice or not. I don't use the in-game voice, but I don't mind using Discord. I've been just chilling in my own Discord right now. But I've got one friend that plays the game with me on occasion. So I don't know if he's even getting on today. Yeah, other than that, I'm ready whenever. So what's everybody's favorite weapons or gear pieces that came from the official stream? Or not much that gives crit chance. There's a lot of stuff that gives crit damage, not much that gives crit chance. Ah, yeah, the radio pack's it's good damage. You know what? It's actually both, right? It's probably a dual gun, too. You can certainly duel with it. Make a pot of coffee after a few runs. The goop gun felt fun, but really hard to use. And there's a lot of items that I think have potential, but I'm not sure what to do to make it the most out of it, right? A little awkward that you can't click on new growth very easily while you're oh shit, I clicked off the game again. They have got to lock the cursor to the game. That causes some definite issues here. I ran this a whole bunch of times, and all I kept getting was the fancy hair and the heel boots. Kind of frustrating. I guess I did end up getting a. No, I didn't get the Outlaws. Yeah. I did get a purple Tesla chest piece, so that wasn't bad. Alright. So I think I need to do just. I think I did power plant. Yeah, I think I did power plant. I need to do Trash Town in order to do New Growth Seed because I haven't unlocked New Growth Seed yet. Oh, this says I have. Okay. Yeah, so New Growth Seed. Yep. Well, that would be it. Roger. Beverage going here. Just the health on kill. I mean, a lot of the helmets are really cool, but for me personally, it's hard to outdo just automatic healing all the time. And a ton of helmets stop doing anything when you get to the boss, which is pretty annoying too.
Press the button to start your run.
All right.
5, 4.
Yeah, we should have quite a bit of regen. We'll see here. 192 right now, so. See how this gun works. I'm not sure on that. Yeah. Actually, I haven't gotten hit yet, so I don't know.
temporal paradox unleashed.
Of course it is. I'm only healing 19 right now, but it could go up.
Defeat all the enemies.
I do not feel like I'm killing very well here. I am taking a lot of damage. Kind of surprised.
Reward secured.
There's a lot more choices to be made when you get higher rarity stuff, though, because everything can go to a higher level. You really got to think about you can't upgrade everything to full. You aren't going to have enough levels typically in a row. Well, it gives much better XP gain too, so that's.
Defeat all the enemies. Slime appeared.
That's unfortunate. A little choppy there. Yeah. Still not sure I'm a fan of the shotgun, but we'll see.
Reward secured.
Feeling way squishier.
Slime appeared. Speed pack available. Bomb available.
Did not mean to chase him quite that far away, sorry.
Slime defeated.
This gun isn't really cutting it. Combination, it's blue quality and how great it is.
Knowledge tome available.
Temporal paradox unleashed.
Now we get the sun.
Ambush.
I'm gonna head north. It's time for the birds. Region's finally starting to be substantial now.
Pick up the parts. Reward secured. Speed pack available.
10 minutes remaining until timeline collapse.
Double speed.
So much chaos with the airstrike. I love it.
Defend the time capsule.
First auto attack upgrade. That's not. Might be part of why it's feeling weird.
Time capsule saved.
Got a lucky bounce on that. That box went up the trunk. sure which direction you prefer to go. Get back here and see if this is a storm. Of course it is, right?
Ambush.
Oh, damn.
Tangle remaining until boss is summoned.
Temporal paradox unleashed.
5% tangle remaining until boss is summoned. The boss has fallen.
Alright, Poncho, what are we doing? Also, is there any way to keep this guy from healing? I've not figured it out. Thank you very much. Hopefully we get something good. Well, I mean, that's better than nothing. Not what I was after, but... Alright. Yeah, not a huge fan of the shotgun. It was pretty low on the damage there, but it was a low quality one, and all that. I'll switch weapons here. Wouldn't mind doing that again if you're fine with that. Just pop the different weapon on. And we got our cycle too. I just now noticed you had typed in text chat. Sorry, I almost never see chat while I'm in a game. The me thing. I'm gonna pick this. I'm gonna upgrade it. Okay. Let me upgrade this and then I'll be ready. I need blue metal. We really need a way to type a number in here. It's kind of crazy. I don't remember how many I need. That sucks too. Oh, I need blue. Yeah, it's gonna be easier to come down from here anyway. But yeah, it's kind of annoying. We can also go to some of our amazing boots. Be able to send this. I'm fine with that. Alright, good to go. Try this. I did feel kind of squishy. But I think I want to keep doing what we're doing. Yeah, same map if we can. And I'll see how this this weapon handles it. Not a huge fan of the cannonball, just in style. But I really only have the 2 purple pants. It's the cannonball or the trip mine. The trip mine's really good too, but neither one's really how I want to do things. I don't know what my ideal pants would even be for a lot of these builds. I love these pants, the swap pants on anything that's not projectile. They tend to block your own shots, which is annoying. I do like the jet boots. I like the archer boots. Crit boots. So many good boots. I wouldn't mind getting the saw blade boots in purple. But that's pretty good. Yeah, if we can get this hook chain, then I'll work on getting the necromancer chest piece, and I think we could do some fun stuff with that.
Start your run. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Temporal paradox unleashed.
Never fails, right?
Pick up the parts. Reward secured.
Yeah, well, I'll take any legendary, you are correct. It's fine, like late run, the hook chain's really strong, and I think that the only reason it's not strong early run is the it's not giving parts consistently when it says it should. There's something going on. Either it's not doing what it's intended to do, or it's not intended to do what it says it does. So don't know which. It says it gives you a part on every hit, but it doesn't give you parts on hits, doesn't give you parts on kills. Sometimes gives you a part.
Stand on the pressure plates.
It's all very weird.
Slime appeared. Bomb available.
Oh, okay.
Slime defeated.
Twice the ammo.
Reward secured. Mob nest discovered.
Ooh, nice. Love that.
Mini spawn.
Of course, it gives me the one thing I already own. That seems kind of rough, right? Alright.
Health restored.
Ambush.
Okay, we'll have to- oh,
Bomb detonated.
And the piercing of the crossbow is kind of nice. Like all the shots pierce. Oh, grats. Yeah, it's the ring I've been using. I I'd rather have one that's just health regen because I don't need heal power.
Double damage
Um,
available.
Since heal power doesn't
Double
do anything with
damage.
regen as far as I can tell. I do wonder though, does heal power affect shield generation? Because
Double damage.
the drone boots that don't give you any healing, they just give you a shield, move speed, and stuff like that. One of the upgrades for them is heal power, the ability. So kind of weird. Like, why would they offer an upgrade to something they don't do? I'm kind of half-heartedly trying to take out this tree here. Refresh right away.
Tangle remaining until boss is summoned. Magnet available.
I definitely feel like
Magnet used.
resources that are purple and especially the gold ones take a little too much oomph to kill. I think it should be quite so hard.
Bomb available. Bomb detonated. Stand on pressure plates. Reward secured.
Remaining until timeline collapse.
Stand on the pressure plates.
Last one standing.
Just trying to do both. Can't do both. We'll just get you up.
Squad mate revived.
Well,
Double XP.
oh my god. I don't think we actually did that. I felt like it gave it to us anyway. I'll take it.
%25% tangle remaining until boss is summoned.
Yeah, it felt like it hit 0 and then just waited a second.
Magnet available. Magnet used.
It does some damage.
10% tangle remaining until boss is summoned.
I feel like our health regen might still be a little low. Put my other ring on.
Tangle remaining until boss is summoned. Speed pack available. Double speed. Speed pack available.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's definitely pretty crazy. No, also not what I wanted, but purple's purple, right? AoE's doing most of my damage. I'm gonna go full CC. Change to this. Into this. All right, good to go. Not bringing as much DPS here. It wasn't bad. The crossbow's just good because of the CC. Yeah, same one again. I really just want to get the hook chain. I'll do it a couple more times. If I don't get it, we can do whatever. I'm kind of stubborn. Actually, either of these weapons I'd be happy with, but the hook chain's the one I would like. If we don't get it in 2 more, I'm fine. I still need to finish the unlock the mounts for the other 2 eras too, so got plenty to do. Try this once, but then I'll probably just put my better guns on. I hear sounds in the kitchen. Might actually be lunchtime, but
to start your run.
delay. I've got a pretty decent mix. 55% damage.
2.
24 and 21 on tank and heal. Again.
Temporal paradox unleashed.
No event here. Somewhat unusual. So anytime they're standing on the tripwire, they take a bunch of extra damage if you hit them with anything. Not always doable, but when it is, it does a lot of damage.
Slime appeared.
Turn around. I thought he was the other way.
Slime defeated. Pick up the parts. Reward secured.
Ambush.
That should work. It's also nice to freeze them right before they explode so nobody takes damage.
Speed pack available.
Temporal paradox unleashed.
Tangle remaining until boss is summoned. Slime appeared. Slime defeated. Defend the time capsule. Defeat all the enemies.
10 minutes remaining until timeline collapse.
Magnet available. Reward secured.
Isn't this crazy? Way overtuned.
Tangle remaining until boss.
I think we spent more time on that than we will on the boss. That's so satisfying. Yeah. Freezing rain.
Slime appeared. Slime defeated. Tangle remaining until boss is summoned. Defeat all the enemies.
Like, stun on hit's amazing, but doesn't seem to do anything to the boss. I kind of wish it, again, bosses should either be stunned or stuff that would CC them maybe do extra damage or something to make up for it. Just feels weird that it's
Reward
like
secured.
mostly useless at that point. It's really starting to hurt. Probably do one more and then I'm gonna take a lunch slash rest my hand break and I'll raid somebody else. I can only play for so long since it's mouse keyboard and it really hurts my fingers and wrist.
5% tangle remaining until
I do
boss
love
is
the
summoned.
game.
Temporal paradox
Of course it
unleashed.
is. Booyah. Yay, I got the hook chain. There you go. But now I need the necromancer chest piece for the other step of this particular challenge. It's a shame I probably don't have the mats to upgrade this yet. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, that was wasn't too bad. We did what, 4 of them to get what I wanted. Definitely be worse than that. Oh, the don't understand the hook chain. Yeah, it's a funky weapon. I like it though. It is tricky to use. I'll be using it after lunch. All right, so give me just a second here, and I will. This raid underway. I wasn't already set up for it because I lost track of time. Definitely my problem. I appreciate everybody stopping in, and we will go to. Well, here you go. Somebody just started their stream. Actually, a whole bunch of people just started their streams. We will go with. We're going to give OB3 World a shot. Not familiar with them? Hopefully it's a decent fit, and just let them know where you came from, and hope to see you guys later today and or tomorrow. Have a good one.
Companies in their games, stuff like that, all that kind of crap. So